So first off, it's interesting because I went back and looked at that very first interview we did years ago at Met Fantasy Camp. And one of the things people said back then about you was, of all today's modern athletes, we can see Murph at the end of his career coming back because of his love of the game. You talked about wanting to play as a child and move like a child. How much of it is because of your love for the game that keeps that in you?
I would say that, I would say I've really underestimated just how interesting and deep and American baseball is. And so I kind of, not getting ready for 7 o'clock over the last 2 years, kind of opened up the freedom I had to explore that a bit more. And it's just so grateful that I got to play. I was grateful when I stopped playing that they let me. And then I started to learn the history of it and thought I didn't even come close to how grateful I should have been. And so I started moving. And I was moving just okay. I thought, let's go mix it up a little bit. And so here we are.
And you talked about on media day the different labs, okay? You kept on moving on from the tee to different pitches, different speeds. Now you got into real game, that home run. Doing it, experimenting, but then seeing that result. How did that ball off the bat in that lab, how did that feel?
A bit unexpected, but yeah, it's fun to hit the ball in the barrel. As much as I've been able to learn about baseball and as much as I still would like to learn, it's made up, of just of just different movements, base running and pitching and hitting, and the hitting of the baseball is the one I enjoy the most. I don't think I'm breaking any new ground with that. So when I hit the ball in the barrel, that is just the most positive, immediate feedback I ever got from the game, and I almost couldn't get enough of it, which is why I stopped playing, because I couldn't hit it on the barrel anymore.
Now I noticed, and maybe I'm wrong, I never noticed you doing this out at Shea or Citi Field.
Mm-hmm.
Walking around with the bat and just constantly moving your hands on the bat. Is that something new? And what's going through your mind when you're walking the stadium doing that?
Yeah, I'm playing right now. I have the Glory of Their Times one right now that Lawrence Ritter did. He interviewed some old baseball players like Smokey Joe Wood and Sam Crawford. So I was listening to that, and then I was playing with an old Babe Ruth mallet here, and trying to get my nervous system to get accustomed to we're going to be playing out here in a couple hours. It's a little chilly, a little cooler than it was in North Carolina, so I figured I'd come out here. Better to come out here voluntarily and try to get used to it, and so that's what I was going for.
Lastly, it's been a long time since you've been riding the buses. I know you took the bus there. Mm-hmm. What's that like, being around some of these young guys, some of the older guys trying to get back, and just being in that camaraderie on a bus ride like that?
This is a volunteer position. We could all be doing anything else, just about, especially with as affluent and great our country is. We could be doing anything else. And all the guys chose to take a 12-hour bus ride down to North Carolina to Sandlot. So I was happy they let me tag along with them. And after listening to these old school guys, there's a catcher for the New York Giants who caught for Christy Mathewson. He's a Native American. I forget his name now. But he didn't get to the big leagues until he's 28 years old. Said he started playing in 1898. He's like, I was in the bushes. That's the term we still use now, in the bushes. It's 120 years old. And so, we're mixing it up.
Awesome.